morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring. Welcome to a video I've been very much looking forward to make, because we'll be going out in a very special Porsche model on the Nürburgring. I mean, we already had this, although I haven't driven one yet, but a Turbo S e-hybrid. How are you doing, guys?
Very good.
Good. We already actually did a lap, so for sake of disclaimer, if their faces are not that impressed, the first impression has been gone. Because today, last night has been raining and it was very damp this morning, so I said let's have a look how the track conditions are, how the car conditions are. It was actually a very good decision because 99% of the track was dry, and then like 2 corners you had some wet patches where it could have gone very exciting if we would be full on. But now we know that it's fully dry, or where it is going to be wet. Anyway, long story short, Turbo S e-hybrid. As far as I remember, it's like 670 horsepower? 680, there we go. I was close, just 10. But 2.3 tons, you told me. That's quite a lot. Actually, in comparison to the non-e-hybrid model, the acceleration numbers are quite identical, I think, because the weight compensation. The non-e-hybrid is 500 something horsepower, I believe. 550. I had this car, well, not this exact car, but this type of e-hybrid back in 2019 as a press car, but Porsche said you cannot take it on track. Sad. I really wanted to because the car was really impressive. Actually, now already after the first warm-up lap, it proved to be very impressive and interesting. So let's go do a second lap. Tires are warm, car is warm. I'm kind of warm. I'm still warm out of bed, yeah, because it's been a very short night. So let's go and enjoy ourselves. Let's see how the conditions now. Probably a bit more traffic, but blue skies. By the way, one of my most favorite parts about the car are the massive size brake calipers. Look at that, we can do a feet test. I'm like size 45 and it's still smaller. Fantastic, beautiful. And that's a great thing, because with 2.3 tons you still have optimal brake performance. But Porsche is always good with the brakes, especially when you add a bit of downforce to it. Moin Band, cheers. Yeah, now with the GoPro in front we have another driver excuse. I cannot see the gears, so, or the revs, but acceleration is always wild. Now when you 2.3 tons can go sideways. Here we are. Yeah, we're on Misha and PS4S tires, so I don't know if you can even get Cup 2 for this, or even if you want to. I don't think so. The brakes are so good. It's not the most pleasant feeling in the world, but it's an interesting one. Surprisingly how you can make the car rotate so nicely, just gentle lift off and there's so much more rotation happening. the turn-in, but the back end decided, the inertia, it's like, no, we're still turning. I want to go to the outside. That's not what we want. Jump. Yeah. That's a big one. Ooh. Yeah. Bit of beach going here. It was good. I really loved it. Like a short verdict about the car, of course, necessary. We should not treat it as a track car because at the end of the day it is a proper Grand Tourer. If you want to have a track car, Porsche offers. It sounds like a Porsche salesman. You have Cayman, you have Boxster, you have 911s. You could go for a Macan GTS or something, I don't know. But the most impressive part is that this car still performs on track, not only in terms of acceleration, but most importantly on the brakes, because to have brakes that would keep on working throughout the lap with 2.5 ton vehicle and just perform like nothing happened, it's one of these occasions where I wish that I should have put not the rear view facing camera but the feed cam, so you could see that the brake pedal feel, or like at least the pedal travel, because you cannot feel through the camera unless you have some telepathic powers, that the pedal is still as stiff as it was at the beginning of the lap, which is really impressive. Just gonna do a cool down lap. Yeah, it's fantastic. Also, like all the Porsche cars, I actually never switch off traction control on Porsche cars because it does not hold you back that much, especially on GT models. There's almost zero issues. unless you start pushing for like sub 7-minute laps there, and it might become intrusive. But here actually I didn't want to play around with 2.5 tons, although you could see at T13 that the car still went a bit of sideways, and it would allow rotation. I know in Arenberg I lifted slightly to give a bit of rotation, and it happened. So like I said, it actually, even with fully on, it allows you to do certain things that you would like to do, for which you wouldn't want to switch off the system completely. There's probably an in-between mode, but you saw it yourself, was good enough. And gives people something to comment about. The car saved you, you're a bad driver. Yes, keep those comments coming, it's good for the algorithm. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. First of all, of course, another thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for prolonging your trip, because we actually agreed to do a lap yesterday, and then I decided to book a last minute holiday, and then when you messaged me like, so we're coming next week, I'm like, I decided to be gone next week, but maybe if you can stay an extra day. So I hope it was worth it from your side.
Definitely was.
Because it was your first lap on, wow, is that an actual roof? Ooh, some classics. Maybe they already arrived here for Oldtimer Grand Prix. I think it's next week. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Now we can turn full electric mode on and we cruise. Like let the engine cool down, I guess. I assume that the cooling is still working. Yes. But I'm sure Porsche engineers have figured that out. And a bit of engineers. A bit. Yeah, no, that's amazing. I loved it. So hope you guys enjoyed as well.
Definitely. Yes.
Good. Hope you guys enjoyed as well. It's as said, it's a different type of car, different type of driving, so we should not rate it as a track car, but as an extremely capable GT car. Like in case of the Cayenne, you have a Turbo GT, which is just like mind-blowing physics bending SUV. In this case, this is why I remember 2019 when I had this car as a press car, I was so disappointed I couldn't take it out on track, because I could feel what the car is capable of on the streets, within the limitations of speed limits, of course. And I'm like, I cannot show you what the car can do on public roads without endangering others or losing my driver's license. And yeah, that's actually now you hopefully could see. I couldn't see what speeds we were doing, but I'm sure it was pretty fast. The high-speed corners maybe were not as fast as certain cars could do, because of simply the weight. Like in Lauda Links, it was like the back end stepped out of the corner exit, and I was like, happy that we did not switch off traction control completely, because this is not what we want. Anyway, we start to talk too much, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and for me it was lots of fun. Especially actually the first lap was also very fun, because we could cruise, enjoy the atmosphere. You could see that half an hour difference, there was so much difference in light. Like there's like no more light coming through the trees, it's now the actual daytime, so it was nice. And it's now a DTM weekend, so yeah, it's gonna get very busy today here on the public roads, but not as busy on track, because hotel prices are very expensive for DTM, so many people just don't come because it's too expensive. And many people also assume that because DTM is taking place, like in the old days, in the 80s and the 90s, this means they're driving on the Nordschleife. Probably no, they drive on the GP track, so Nordschleife is still available for the public sessions, and therefore even right now it was very nice, because traffic wasn't bad at all for a Saturday beautiful weather morning. And so far our vloggy blah blah chat. Ta-da. One more thing that I extremely loved about the Panamera, look at this, the door stays, it does not fall back open, it stays. So getting out of the car on a hill, on a banking, not a problem at all. I wish more cars could have that option. That's fantastic. So we have now GT3 RS next to us, and I'm not afraid of leaving the door open and getting out. Yep, fabulous.